I'm gonna break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County.
I'm sorry. That's just too good. I just love that. Hang on a second. Let me set my news. That's just great. You're going to go to jail tired.
Tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Oh, that's exactly what we need to be hearing. Where did my thing go? Dang it. Playing with some new setups here. Hang on. That's exactly what we need to hear. Graveyard dead. That almost needs to be played again, I think. I don't know. I love that. This is not fresh. This is from, I think, a year ago or something. Previous riots or whatever. But it's still so dang good. It's still so good.
Well, I'm gonna break it down for you.
Break
all right.
down.
And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders,
Right,
you're going to jail.
In the back is scary.
Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Love it. As well they shouldn't play, right? As well they shouldn't. It's already starting pretty early this morning, guys. Going crazy. Fuck liberals out here getting nuts.
Oh my God, ICE is evil. That's because the cloned evil Trump caused this.
We have to have a little fun this morning. It's been a crazy week, right? It's been a crazy week. Let's laugh a little bit. Let's try to have a little bit of fun with it. There's so much crazy. I'm gonna so much.
You're asking
like this one. Let's have a little fun with it, right? Good old there we go. Hang on a second here. Here we go. Close this up. We're having a couple. We changed some stuff up here, so you have to bear with. Let me see. Let's put this up on the screen here, because it's just worth it. Where did my thing go? There we go. Okay.
You're asking us to get in the van, show us the candy first. If zombies eat brains, they're safe. He's nervous as a pregnant nun. Mice die in mouse traps because they think the cheese is free. No, be yourself is the worst advice you can give some people. She thinks you can land on the sun if you go at night. It'd have gone down like a fat guy on a seesaw. If you believe that statement, you need to go to bed. You're drunk. When a Hot Pocket costs you $10, remember, we're building back better. No disrespect, but that's just a special kind of stupid. They wanted it like an axe wants a turkey. They wanted it like Ben wants J-Lo. Only dead fish go with the flow. It makes me want to overdose on antidepressants. Trust in God, but tie up your camel. Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein. Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. Maybe George Washington couldn't tell a lie, but just about every politician since then has mastered the art.
Mm-hmm. Indeed they have. Indeed they have. Sergeant Porky won't be able to back that up looking for like Elmer Fudd, though. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but once you're a sheriff, you're not really chasing people down on the streets. Not really doing that. Not really happening. Yeah, I don't think all liberals are do I disagree? I didn't see that comment there. That's horrible. What's horrible? It's man, it's getting crazy, right? I mean, we gotta hold it together, Americans, fellow Americans out there. People are calling for the arrest of the sheriff in Philadelphia that came out and talked and everything. We had a local politician named Erin Coper. She spoke at the RNC last year. At the RNC last year, and she ran for city council of Pittsburgh this year. Pittsburgh's kind of a lockdown situation, so it's pretty tough to get in. But we had some pretty ridiculous protests going on across the country. Here, I'm going to bring this flyer up that they had sent out. See if I can bring that up full. I can't really bring it full screen. Let's see, makes no difference. Okay. It says, this went out for the protests in Pittsburgh. It says, Rebirthing Civil Disobedience, Part 2. Tactical Training in the Art of Civil Disobedience. Featuring, pay attention, this is important. Featuring a practitioner and trainer with extensive experience and legal advisor and human rights attorney, Mike Healy. How come they didn't name the other guy? What's he got experience in? Build your CD muscle. Is that what that says? CD. January 13th, blah, blah, blah. No experience necessary. Brought to you by the quote unquote, Democratic Socialists of America. Ridiculous. So she went down to the protest yesterday and did a couple interviews with some of these people down there.
That's covered.
With some of these interviewers down there, and it was pretty interesting. I'm going to play that in a few minutes. There's another interview here. This is the individual who stalked one of these reporters for a mile, blah, blah, blah. He says he believes it would be justified for people to hurt or kill him. I don't know why it keeps doing it though. Let's see if we can't change that.
You think it's permissible for people to attack me, and that's covered under self-defense, even if I don't strike them first?
I think that there's an argument to be made during such terrible times as these that like opposition forces could be justified. Yeah, I
But attacking or killing people that don't agree with them.
potentially yes. Yeah, I think so.
Attacking or killing people that don't agree with them is permissible during times like
Well,
these.
can I give you like a philosophical example? Like if I ran into a room and I said, "Oh my God, there's a guy in the hallway. He's trying to kill me," and then you like ran out and like to defend me because we were buddies, you like killed that guy or hurt him or whatever you did. Like I'd be culpable for anything you did to him because of the lies that I've told.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that you're spreading ideologies that are, in this analogy, similar to running into the room and saying it's those immigrants out there.
I don't think so.
It's this.
What ideas am I spreading? Was I spreading any ideas today?
You're spreading the idea that you should watch that video and think that Jonathan Ross is.
Was I spreading that idea today?
You spread that idea to me.
You asked me what my opinion was, and I told you.
Yes.
You asked.
Yes.
Right. So was I going around telling
here
people?
you are on the street talking about it. I'm talking about it.
Was I going around telling people that opinion?
What?
Was I going around telling people that opinion?
You told me.
Because you asked. Did I tell anyone that opinion?
Yeah, we come out in the street. We talk about things.
Did I tell anyone who didn't ask?
We talk about the fact that this guy doesn't think Renee Good was murdered and he likes ice.
I'm trying to get him in trouble with people walking by. This guy likes ice. This guy likes ice.
That's my neighbors, man. Like, you support ice. You don't think Renee Good was murdered.
And you think that it would be acceptable for somebody to hurt or kill me?
No, I didn't say that.
You did. You said that you think that it's acceptable for opposition forces to hurt or kill people who don't agree with them.
Not like.
And you are
not across the
intentionally,
board, like,
you
not
are
in any
intentionally following me
circumstances.
around and telling opposition forces that I don't agree with them.
Yes, I'm exercising my First
And
Amendment
you
right
think
to
so? You think
name
that it
and
would
shame you?
You think that it would be acceptable for people to hurt or kill me?
For the things that you believe in?
Yeah.
Seems like that makes sense, right? Yeah. So you should maim or hurt somebody for the things they believe in. This is where we're at right now. This is the woke left. This is the left. They think that we're evil.
Permissible.
They think that we are evil. And that means that violence against us is okay. There's another picture here. I don't know if this how well they come up, but why does it keep doing that? This is a ICE raid alert. An employee at a Comfort Inn in Minneapolis said, ICE is staying at this hotel. Please stay vigilant. If anyone needs a list of names, I got it. I mean, that seems like a bad idea. Doesn't it seem like a bad idea to you? At the very least, you could lose your job, but I mean, could be worse, right? Can I get... Everything looks weird on here today. Why is it all different? Let's see here. Live. Trying to bring the chat up, but I can't. Bear with me here. Ice, baby. Do, 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 do. Yes. Anyway, I don't know why I can't bring the chat up, but I guess we'll move along. Tis what it is. They think that we're evil, and we need to understand that we can't play games anymore. We have to understand that the left thinks that the right is evil, which makes it okay for them to commit violence against us. That's the end game. They want to be able to commit violence against us. Because of all this crap. Oh, here, let me put this. Did that video go? Yeah. Okay. I got a video I'm trying to get ready here. Just a little bit of. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Get this uploaded. Slept a little later today than I wanted to. That never happens. We'll see how that goes. There's videos of these politicians and stuff all for months now have been going out there and villainizing ICE agents and calling them the Gestapo and all that other garbage. We'll have to wait for this to upload. I had a little bit of a thing I was putting together before the show, but stay home and watch ICE help President Trump MAGA. You know, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Why can't I get these? Auto star super chats. Why can't I put my comments on? I guess you can only do that on the. Huh, that's weird. Okay, never mind. Sorry, guys. We're just trying to put something together here. I wanted to put the chat on the screen, but it's not giving me the option, which is kind of odd. So I guess we'll just deal with that. But whatever. The media has divided our country, and the idiots on both sides for the shit. While all politicians get rich, it's not wrong. What is that? Turns out the only person releasing criminals into the country is convicted felon Trump. How's that? How do you believe something like that? Oh, I guess because you're saying ICE is the. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Morning, Papa Patriot out there. I see you. Oh, shame on what? Shame on ICE. Shame on Trump. Shame on racism, fascism, Nazism, Hitlerism. Here is not 1930s and 1940s Germany. Here is USA. I mean, you're not wrong, I guess. I don't think you're wrong. How does it feel, MAGA, to support a pedophile? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Pretty ridiculous question, really, if you ask me. Pretty ridiculous question. This thing's taking forever to load up. Trump is Trump is literally a pedo. How is that still a narrative? Like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Hey, he's a pedo. Says who? Where does it say that? Like, where? I'd love to know. Maybe if he is, let's get him. He needs to face the music, if that's what it is. Is it what it is? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, what's part? Oh, that's stupid. That's this. I guess it's gonna play on its own. Stuck at 39%. Stuck at 39%, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's Sunday morning here. We're just trying to keep it together. It's just trying to keep it together. Imagine telling people you support a pedo. Who tells people they support a pedophile? I don't tell people I support a pedophile. You know why? Because I don't support a pedophile. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Yes, it is. I don't know why that's a hard one to figure out. You said that a couple times now. I'm just going to pull it back a little bit. And how are you treating immigrants? What's that mean? Immigrants or illegal immigrants? What do you mean? There's a difference. There is a difference. Yeah, it's a good point. Well, running people over isn't very friendly. It's not very inclusive, is it? Let's play a little bit of this interview here with these two clowns from the, what was that? The socialist alternative. The socialist alternative. I'll put this on the full screen. Maybe it'll help. Let's try it. No, not really. Okay, we'll leave it like that. The socialist alternative. So this is Erin Coper. She's a local politician in the Pittsburgh area. She went out down to that protest yesterday in Pittsburgh. Looks like not too many people showed up. I believe they said it was like 200 to 250. So that probably means it was like way less. We all know that. So let's just play this. She said the mic was a little bad, so at the beginning it might be a little tough to hear, but I was able to. So let's see if you can.
Okay. Hi, guys. Do you want to introduce yourselves and tell me what you guys are doing down here? Okay. Hi, guys. Do you want to introduce yourselves and tell me what you guys are doing down here? And I'm a little bit late getting down here. It's after 5. But let me know, how many people were here, where they went, and what you guys are doing now.
I'm Casey, and I'm a member of Socialist Alternative. Yeah, and I'm Clark, and I'm a member of Socialist Alternative, and we're also members of the Anti-Trump Action Committee. We're out here today just spreading the word and trying to get people organized to have a sustained, organized fight back against Trump.
Yeah. Notice they said the anti-Trump action. Just anti. Not for anything. Just anti. He'll take a little time out. Give that guy a little time out, chance to cool down. He needs a chance to cool down. Falcon needs a chance to cool down a little bit there. Take a minute. Get the grilled cheese going, the Hot Pocket, whatever you got going on there. Get that Hot Pocket ready. Mom's going to bring it down any minute. Anyway.
Over here, where they went, and what you guys are doing now.
I'm Casey, and I'm a member of Socialist Alternative. Yeah, and I'm Clark, and I'm a member of Socialist Alternative, and we're also members of the Anti-Trump Action Committee.
Anti-Trump Action Committee. What is that? Like, so they're just against something? I don't understand why anyone would join a group that's simply just.
We're out here today just spreading the word and trying to get people organized to have a sustained, organized fight back against Trump and the far right and the attacks that are happening that we've seen in the last couple of weeks with the invasion of Venezuela and the killing of Renee Good in Minneapolis. There are about 250 Pittsburgh working class people out here today to share their outrage and to get organized. This event was organized by the Party for Socialism and Liberation, PSL, and the Democratic Socialists of America, DSA. And they marched to the city council building and are doing more speeches. And it's really awesome to see working class people come out and want to get organized and want to fight back.
Great. And I am a big proponent of, your First Amendment right to be out here and protest peacefully, of course.
I noticed, I know this is not a big deal, but I noticed this guy here, he can't seem to stand still. He's always kind of moving back and forth and whatever, and blah, blah.
What do you say about what we're seeing in the streets of Minneapolis right now with people last night, bombarding the hotels of where the agents were staying? How do you guys feel about that? Because it seems like this is pretty peaceful and it's under control.
Yeah, I believe that that being peaceful isn't always the like a moral, like black and white. I think like when it calls for it, like disruptive actions like that can be necessary to escalate and fight back and really keep ICE and these people who meet us with violence out of the streets.
So my last question for you.
Okay, so that I think there's a little bit more. There's one of the no ICE, no war, no Trump. No ICE, no war, no Trump. Let me bring up the other. There's a little last piece of that. Let me bring that up because it's a good little interview. And I mean, it's interesting, I guess. Make sure this is the right one here. That's our final question. Okay.
Kidnapping of Maduro and his wife. I think the real reason is U.S. imperialism and U.S. imperialist interests wanting oil. It's not because they have this moral standpoint that Maduro is a bad person, so we need to protect Venezuelan people. I think the direction that should have come of Maduro being taken out of office shouldn't have been U.S. imperialism invading the country and taking him out. It should be done for and by the people themselves.
The other thing that I wanted to ask about that, have you gotten a chance to speak to anyone from Venezuela and get their take on it from being that they're home country?
Me as an individual, I have not.
So there has been no one here specifically from Venezuela at this protest?
Kidnapping of Maduro and his wife. I think the real reason is U.S. imperialism and U.S. imperialist interests wanting oil. It's not because they have this moral standpoint that Maduro is a bad person, so we need to protect Venezuelan people.
No, it's not what it is. It's not what it is. It's not because Biden and them, they put the bounty on him. It's not, they all them wanted Maduro out for years. Nah. Trump bad. It's Trump bad, guys. That's it. Trump bad. Trump did this. That means it's bad. Obama deported 3 million illegal aliens, but everything was fine. There wasn't any attacks on ICE back then. How come? Oh, yeah. TDS.
I think the direction that should have come of Maduro being taken out of office shouldn't have been U.S. imperialism invading the country and taking him out. It should be done for and by the people themselves.
Oh, the oppressed people. Yeah, gotcha. They're very oppressed.
The other thing that I wanted to ask about that, have you gotten a chance to speak to anyone from Venezuela and get their take on it from being that they're home country?
Me as an individual, I have not.
So there has been no one here specifically from Venezuela at this protest?
No ideas. No clue. No nothing. Let me back this up. There's one last little bit to it. Gonna pull the last little bit up. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Dang it. There we go. Here we go. Final question. Unless I think of some more. But final question.
Final question, or more if I think of one. On the flyer that I saw online that directed me to be here, it said free Maduro and Celia Flores. Why does this protest and the people here want to set free a dictator when the very people at a protest were at No King's protests?
Yeah, I can't speak to that specific demand.
Of course you can't.
It's not a demand that Socialist Alternative would 100% agree with or prioritize. We believe Maduro is a leader for ruling class people, and we don't align ourselves with any leaders for that fight for ruling class interests. We believe in the self-determination of Venezuelan people. That is what we're fighting for.
You're libertarians.
Specific demand is.
Does that mean you're libertarians?
That was shared by the organizers.
Now, arguably, the self-determination
that was shared by the organizers, which means that's what we were told to say.
Of the Venezuelan people, the people on the other side of the aisle say, well, now that they will have their dictator out, they will be liberated and be able.
So their phone kept stopping when she was doing the interviews. MAGA doesn't understand how much people despise them. No, we know how much you guys despise us. We know why. The thing that you guys don't get is that we don't care what you think. We don't care what a bunch of beta males and soft people, fragile people out there think about us. You see, the left really, really worries about what people think about them. They really care about it. It's important. Like I always say, these protesters get angry because they want to be taken seriously. They need to be taken serious. And if they're not taken serious, they get all flustered and angry. So they care very much. I can't decide. They care very much about what people think of them. And they think that everyone else feels the same way. If I really care what people think about me, then he must really care about what people think about him. No, we don't care what you think about us. We are the adults in the room. We are the ones that do the hard things, make the tough decisions, those kind of things. We're not out here concerned with what you think about us. Try to keep it civil in the chat, guys. Try to keep it civil. I like to have free speech in the chat. I'm all for it. I always tell the liberals out there, hey guys, you come at me. Come at me. Give me all you got. I can take it. I can take it. But I don't want people in the chat to come in and just because they have an opinion, they get berated or thrown out or just screwed with the whole time they're here. I want people to be able to enjoy it. So I want all you little liberals out there, all you soft lefties out there. I like liberals. The liberals are okay, but it's those progressive lefts, right? Those guys. Focus your attention on me. I got a goofy beard. I got these glasses on. You can make fun of me. I'm an old guy, whatever you want to say. You can make fun of me, but try not to do so much in the chat because I want people to enjoy being here. That would be better if people could enjoy being here. That would be better. So just try to keep it civil, guys. You can do that. I know it. I know it. There you go. Nice beard. I'll take that. Oopsie. Whoopsie. Where'd the rest of those go? We cannot. Oh, yeah. This guy's not happy. He's at this is at a protest, I guess a vigil for Renee Good. And this guy was walking by, I guess. Not real happy.
You are totally wrong! Let him talk his business. He doesn't want a reaction out of y'all. That's right. That's it. He wants to get it. Don't be ashamed of yourself! You like America! Move! If you don't love America, move!
You're stupid! You're a stupid person! No one likes you! No one likes you and
no
you're
one likes
stupid!
You. No one likes you and you're stupid. No one likes you and you're stupid. No one likes you and you're stupid. These insults don't matter to anybody that's serious. It doesn't bother serious people. I did see this yesterday, and I haven't been able to verify if it's true or not. I guess ICE. There's a video surfacing saying ICE got torched in PA today. I don't know if that's an ICE vehicle or not. So I can't tell you. I haven't seen anything on the news about it. Chat's moving pretty quick. You have to maybe just do a join as a member, then I'll see your comments. You guys, you liberals out there, get after it. Then you can make sure I see your nasty comments. Oh my God. ICE is evil. That's because I did that one already. Okay. We did that one already. Let's see. Jonathan Ross murdered Renee Good. I think that is indisputable. You do? Well, then it must be. It must be indisputable. Where'd that one video go? There we go. It must be. Trump White House put this out. It's pretty good.
I saw this video. It didn't look like anybody got run over to me.
Based off what I'm seeing here, it really doesn't look like an ICE officer was run over.
You can see the video and see the agent wasn't run over. We all saw that video. She didn't run over the officer.
This was clearly not with any sort of intention to run somebody over.
Gotta love the White House. Their TikTok page is great. I gotta say. Yeah, it could be worse than losing your job. You could get shot in the face by an ICE agent because you're driving a minivan in the wrong place. Oh my gosh. Where are we at? What? First of all, actually, it wasn't a minivan. It was a Honda Pilot SUV. Remember how liberals used to hate SUV so much? Actually, it was a SUV. And actually, it wasn't because she was driving, quote unquote, in the wrong place. It was about who she was driving into. I think that's pretty evident. Right wingers.
Right wingers are actually hurting those they disagree with, though using the administration. It being legal state action doesn't make it right. State violence is still violence.
The police have a job to do, dummy. They have a job to do. If you think it's violent, well, that's too effing bad. They have a job to do. They're going to keep the streets clean, whether you like it or not. I know you guys, the left is in love with pedophiles too, but they're in love with all these illegals and all that kind of stuff. Pretty sure Jesus was considered illegal for doing what he did. You'd be one of the ones to put him on the cross. Pretty sure the lesson there is most of us would have been the ones to put him on the cross. If you look back and see yourself as a disciple in that situation, I got to tell you, it's probably not accurate. And then those are the same people that go, "Oh, I would have stood up against Nazi Germany. I would have been out there in the streets speaking up against Hitler and all those Nazis." No, you wouldn't have. No, you probably wouldn't have. I just think this one's a little funny. We have to play it. It's a little bit mean, I guess. But it's still kind of funny. I'm a full screening so you can see the words on there.
Hey, buddy. Your father is not looking down on you. Disappointed because you didn't make it to the Marines. He's disappointed because you're acting like a little
I don't take pleasure in anyone's misery or whatever, but if you took the practice test for the Marines and you couldn't, they told you to go to the Navy, whatever, but then do you really think that you're a Marine like caliber? You're good. Do you think you're a good fit for the Marines? If you ran to your car after that, turned on your camera and just videoed yourself sitting there at Anguish, do you think that you're military material? I'm thinking not so much. Maybe you could be one of those black bloc, sissies. You could be one of those black bloc sissies that maybe they'll take you in. They probably will. I like these angles. Jesus just should have followed orders. Remember when Jacob, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, went to the funeral of, what was that dude's name down? I can't think of his name now. Phil, whatever his name was. Went to the funeral and stood collapsed next to his 24-karat gold casket. 24-karat gold casket, and did some theater. He's very upset.
Troubles, they don't last always. For there's a friend afraid. Joy comes in the morning. Troubles, they don't last always. For there's
See him anymore.
afraid.
He's not there.
Joy comes
Fentanyl Floyd. That was it. That was it.
Socialist New York City Mayor
Zoran Mondami. Man, New York is gonna have. They're gonna get it. They're not gonna like it, but they're gonna get it. They asked for socialism, and they're gonna get it. Oh, that means he's guilty then, right? Trump on child beauty pageants while friends with Epstein. Oh my God, was he ever really friends with Epstein, or more of acquaintances? I think they were more acquaintances. You said that already. I see. There's another comment. How many of those are you going to make? You notice that the left comes in and they'll keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Let's put that person on a little time out. They'll come in and they'll repeat the same thing over and over again because that's all they know. They know the talking points. They know what they're supposed to say. They know what they're supposed to say. But that's it. What's the narrative? What's the narrative? What's the narrative? Let's check this out. What's going on in New York City?
Socialist New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani already facing a major firestorm with just days into his administration.
No
Residents
way.
outraged. He's still standing by his newly appointed executive director for the Office of Tenants, whose outrageous past social media posts caused massive backlash, including one that called for the government to seize private property. In 2019, C. Weaver posted on Twitter, quote, "Private property, including and kind of especially home ownership, is a weapon of white supremacy masquerading as wealth-building public policy." And here's what she said in a video meeting with the Democratic Socialists of America in 2019.
I think the reality is that for centuries, we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. And we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards.
Let's go back to when men was men back in Don Fry's days. I agree. Hang on, pay attention to this for a second here.
I think the reality is that for centuries, we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. And we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards a model of shared equity will require that we think about it differently. And it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well,
families.
Are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
So they call it collective. Instead of private property, they want it to be the collective. That just means the government owns, right? That just means the state owns. You know, when they wrote the Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness, when it was first written, was written as property rights, and they changed it to the pursuit of happiness. But that's the general idea. We're supposed to be able to own property. You're allowed to own property. Some people are triggered over there. I got to get it in the chat, man. People are triggered.
Former New York City Mayor Eric Adams slammed Weaver, posting, "Homeownership is how immigrants, Black, brown, and working class New Yorkers built stability and generational wealth despite every obstacle. You have to be completely out of your mind to call that white supremacy. That level of thinking only comes from extreme privilege and total detachment from reality."
Just because you're white doesn't mean you have fewer rights in this country. We all have equal rights
As in
in
New
our
York
country,
now.
and we will not
As in New
stand
York.
for New York City violating any federal law whatsoever. They should be on notice. They are on high scrutiny, and we will swoop right in and do what's necessary to protect all citizens and taxpayers and residents of New York where they're legally.
Idea.
The New York Post reports Weaver grew up in that so-called white privilege herself, with a mother who is a professor at Vanderbilt University and owns a multi-million-dollar home in Tennessee. New York City Councilwoman Vicky Palladino wrote, notice how they never talk about the New York City Housing Authority being poorly maintained. The worst slums in the city are run by the government, but you never hear them talk about that because they don't actually care about improving anything at all.
Nope.
They're interested in developing a pretense for seizing private property. That's all any of this is about.
Man, when are they going to learn? When's the left going to learn? You support baby killers. I don't know which way that was. I'm assuming that was a lefty that said that, talking about violence and stuff. I would assume, but I would find that pretty ironic, considering you support abortion and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that's the idea right there. I care about what I will be leaving my children and grandchildren. That's important. What do you got here? Dems' whole platform is to oppose everything Trump stands for, not a winning platform, which tracks with their lack of success as a party. They don't stand for anything substantive. Yeah, I agree. I gotta move this one arm I have on my camera.
You MAGA rats should be afraid. Very afraid. The Americans are coming.
What's that mean? The Americans are coming. MAGAs are American. We're American. I'm an American. The last time I checked, I'm pretty sure I was an American. Pretty sure. Not 100%, I guess. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe I served in the army for no reason. If you don't allow in 1 billion illegal immigrants, then you're a racist. It's true. It's true. It's true. These protesters don't even know why they're there half the time. You know, I spent a lot of time. Here's a little shot, little self promotion, shameless self promotion on our new membership tiers. If you pick the top one, you can go back to all of the history of my whole library of videos that goes back all the way to the 1776 Restoration Movement days when we were down in DC protesting. So I have a lot of experience against these weird protesters out there, and I said these protesters don't even know why they're there half the time, and it's true. I always say you can ask them. None of them can get through 3 questions. Almost none of them can get through 3 questions. Usually it's the second question that gets them. The first question will be like, hey, why you here? And they'll be like holding a sign. They'll be either holding a sign, and they'll be like holding it. And then you go, hey, why you here? And they'll go, because what it says here, it says this, says dad, worth 5 points, priceless to me. That's why I'm here. Why do you support dad? Dad, Trump bad. And then after that, it's just hopeless. They don't have anything after that. And it's almost always the case. Liberals agree. Liberals exist so we have good meme material. You're not wrong, though. I don't think you're wrong, though. I need to play it again because it's just so damn good. It's just so good. It's just so good. This is what it should be right here. This is so good. I just love it. I just love it.
I'm gonna
Broward County Sheriff Wayne Ivey.
Break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street.
Yes.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail,
Right, so
and most likely
as
get
well
bitten
as-
by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Graveyard.
We're not going to play.
I love it. That's. I mean, I don't want, like, no one out here on our side wants violence.
I'm gonna break
putting up with your bull crap. We're sick of putting up with the left's garbage, your entitlements and your virtue signaling and your all the other garbage that you do out here. That we can see, most of us can see, even some liberals can see that you guys have been completely subverted. There's people on the right. I say it all the time. Not strictly. This is not a strictly attack the left type of thing that we do here. This is both sides. There's both sides have problems. The right and the left have a subverted people, but we look at these people on the left that are subverted. They don't have a clue. They don't see it at all. They don't see the puppet strings attached to their arms, and they don't see the words getting put in their mouth that they go out and regurgitate all over people at protests or online or whatever in order to feel smart. They don't see any of that. They don't notice any of that. I am also from PA. They claim you're a Nazi, but don't even compare what Nazis did to themselves. They would be the ones helping people on the trains, and they don't see it. They stand back and say, oh, I would have stood up to Hitler. I would have been out there. I would have been a voice for freedom, and I would have stood up against that evilness. They wouldn't have done that. Not even most of them wouldn't have done that. They would have jumped on board. They would have been helping the Jews onto the trains. They don't see it. They don't understand because they're puppets. Those people back in Germany were also puppets. For them to stand around, oh, I would never have done that. I would never have done that. BS. You would have been all over it. You would have been wearing a Nazi uniform all damn day. Liberal men pee sitting down. The happy little homestead. I am right-wing, pro-life, pro-Trump, anti-trans, pro-IDF, pro-Jewish, pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian movement, Australian women. Well, thanks for letting it be known. Let us know. That's like the video of the where's that at? I saw another video this morning. It was a kind of a different take on it, but a common sense. Common sense. Let's see here.
They released a new angle. The clip. Check. Look. Who does this?
This seems to be a very
Really,
rational
it's crazy.
take. There she is. Sitting in the street, beeping her horn. People
Who's
will
laying
watch
on the
these
horn?
videos.
The woman that got shot. No concept of consequences. Yeah, exactly. And this is the problem: is that whenever you allow people to do stuff like this, and you never have any consequences that are imposed on them, what happens is that they think that they're totally immune from consequences. Like if they had arrested her,
and that compared with coupled with the rhetoric coming from the left. Oh, here we go. I think we finally uploaded that little video I made this morning. There we go. Let's put this on real quick. No consequences coupled with this stuff puts people in a position where they feel like it's okay to go attack ICE agents because ICE agents are horrible people. They're horrible people. She's a soccer mom.
Modern day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No chance to mount a defense. Not even if they're in unmarked vans.
Shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. Most of us can look at this and go, come on, whatever. but we don't see the danger in it. We just see some idiot up there saying dumb things, but we don't see the danger in it because there are millions of people that believe this crap. Millions of people that believe this crap. They're conditioning people to hate ICE, think it's okay to go out there and stop them from doing their jobs, and there won't be any consequences. Everything will be just fine.
Wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No chance to mount a defense, not even a chance to kiss a loved one goodbye, just grabbed up by masked agents, shoved into those vans, and disappeared. To be clear, there's no way for us to know whether they were actually criminals or not, because they refused to give them a trial. We're supposed to just take their word for it.
To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. Somebody is dead. That's on you. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying. We do not take the bait that these ICE agents are trying to create and that the federal government, to be clear, wants.
So the federal government wants violence, as they're saying. They want violence. They want this. The ICE is trying to bait people into reacting. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with this kind of stuff.
We're going to fight it. Legislatively, we're going to fight it in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the streets.
It's nothing more than kidnapping. ICE agents without visible IDs, without any official markings on them,
More than kidnapping.
with masks, they're acting more like vigilantes than of agents of our government. How can we
Vigilante,
even
that's a
trust
key word.
that these are government officials? It's nothing more.
How can we even trust that these are government officials? She's putting it into the people's heads that it's okay. They're not probably, they're just probably some loonies that are dressed like that. That gives you the benefit of the doubt so you can commit a crime and then go back and say, oh, I didn't know they were agents
Of our government. How can we even trust that these are government officials? It's nothing more than kidnapping.
Really bleak. It was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment that the nation's looking to us to hold the line on democracy, to hold the line on decency, to hold the line on accountability, and more than that, to rise up as neighbors and simply say, we can look out for one another. We can have differences, but we've proved to the world going on 250 years that our democracy could hold. It feels to me like we're at one of those inflection points.
When you compare
This comment here. This comes from somebody who sucks all this stuff up as gospel and believes all the stuff that they read out there. This guy believes all that stuff. Satan rules, MAGA. Come on, man. Come on.
the old films of the Gestapo grabbing people off the streets of Poland, and you compare them to those nondescript thugs who grabbed that student, that graduate student, it does look like a Gestapo operation.
You could frame it that way, I suppose. If you don't know anything about history, you could probably frame it that way. See, that's the benefit that they have, is that there's no civics courses. They don't really teach history anymore. It's just, more of a indoctrination, whatever. So people aren't able to go, you know what, that's not really what happened. That's not what it looked like in Poland when the Nazis were going around collecting people up. That's not how it looked. And they weren't following, blah, blah, blah. There was differences, right? So, but people don't see that because they don't know any history. They don't understand anything. They don't know what Hitler did and his tactics for getting the people to believe what he wanted them to believe, how he villainized Jews back then and blamed them for all the trouble that Germany was having financially and some other reasons because of the First World War and the restitution that they had to pay for. But many people don't know that history, so they don't ever put any of those things together. They just go, oh, he said that they're just like the Nazis, so that means they're just like the Nazis. Hey, over there, did you hear they're just like the Nazis? It's just like the Nazis. Make sure that you put it all over your social media. Spread it all around. Make sure that you share it because they're all just like Nazis.
You know, my dad served in Second World War. He fought the Nazis in Northern Africa. He fought the Nazis on the Italian peninsula. And I think he's looking down right now and he's happy that I'm fighting today's Nazis.
No,
Because
he probably thinks you're a big pussy, to be honest with you. Sorry for the language.
if we just roll this clock on the wall back 75 years, we'd be looking at a time in Nazi Germany where people ran around with signs like this new ICE sign that says, report all foreign invaders to ICE, with Uncle Sam there holding up the sign. This could have been a Gestapo member 75 years ago. Report all Jews.
I mean, not really. They're, you know, they make being proud of your country sound like you're a racist or something. If you want America to remain what it is. Memes are funny. Here's a video of in the St. Cloud, Minnesota. And say it's early, guys. Come on, I only had the one cup of coffee. Give me a break. St. Cloud, Minnesota, Somali mob rushes the DHS agents during a raid with overwhelming numbers. They need reinforcements there. Whoopsie. So here you have two ICE agents here talking to somebody. And there's Somalis all around on the right side of the screen there. They're getting all riled up. ICE agents. There's only two. They're trying to get them to calm down. There's a lot of crazies out there. There's a lot of uneducated people, indoctrinated people, conditioned people. And you got England trying to ban Twitter and stuff. And I just got off a 1 week ban on Twitter because I said that Keir Starmer or whatever the hell his name is, the PM in the UK should be tarred and feathered for welcoming in Christian hating Muslims. Check this out. AI is great.
Stop being a fucking asshole. You're fucking up the homeland, and I cannot let that happen. Got it? Yes, Mr. Trump.
They hate that over there. They're having all kind of issues they want to cause down. I think it's got a lot to do with just him being mocked, you know. There was another one here I'm going to play. This is pretty good. It's good to see, like, I don't know if it's really considered them standing up, but it's good to see the English people, the UK start to not, you know, be so scared.
I must make it perfectly clear. X is a disgusting place, full of racist far-right bigots who criticize me constantly and often using AI to make fun of me. Today, I have decided to ban X and stop all UK users from accessing the platform. Anybody caught accessing X illegally using a VPN will be placed on an X offender register and given a 5-year prison sentence. We will make it very clear to America, and especially to Elon Musk, Britain will not tolerate free speech. I am your ruler and give you everything you need. I make it very clear that there is no need to question or criticize my choices because I'm absolutely flawless.
AI really got that. AI is hilarious. Some of the stuff that go on with that is great. Yeah, you are Nazis. I'm from Germany. I should know. And you don't give a F if people die. What kind? This is the stuff right here. You just don't care if people die. You're out there to hurt people and blah blah blah. I just don't get it. The Nazis were putting people in concentration camps. Trump's not doing that. Don't be a jerk. Yeah, pretty clear. It's not hard to figure it out. I mean, people get mad just because you're out here. Another mega bootlicker. He's saying things I don't like. Oh, I must get in his chat. I'm compelled. I am compelled
To let him know that I don't agree with him. I can't believe YouTube lets people like this out there talking all these negative things, all these facts, using logic and critical thinking. It should be outlawed.
Liberals take no accountability. You're not a very smart person. USA is effed. Civil war will break out in 1 to 2 years. What do you think that looks like if America breaks out into a civil war? What do you think that looks like? Do you think that's like the Revolutionary War, like the Civil War, violence and everybody shooting everybody, or what do you think? What do you think it looks like? I'm curious. I think we're kind of already in a civil war, kinda. We're getting there. I don't think that we were gonna have a civil war. Appreciate that. Just so, man, keep telling the truth. Appreciate that. That's one thing you'll find here is that we're way behind on the comments. There we go. Let's get caught up a little bit. I tell the truth. I don't lie. I'm all for the best idea. So if you have two ideas, I want those ideas to meet in the arena of ideas where they can be debated and vetted and worked out, and I want the best idea to come out. I don't care if it's the left's idea or the right's idea. I want whatever better idea for the American people, whatever the best idea for the American people is. If that's a policy or an idea that comes from the left, I mean, you find me having a hard time believing that. But if there's a policy that comes from the left, then I want that to, if it's better, then I think it should win. I'm not like Trump all the time, no matter what. He does things wrong too that I don't like. That's the thing that the left doesn't understand is people like me can be like, I support Trump, but I don't support everything Trump does. I don't like this, or I don't like that, or I didn't like the what he's talking about with the credit card companies. I didn't like the Trump accounts. I'm not a fan of those. You know what I mean? Like, you can disagree with Trump on a lot of things and still agree with him on most things. You can still be MAGA and not think Trump's the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, I think we have a lot more crazies on the left, I guess you want to call it that, something like that. I gotta see if there's anything going on. Like what was going on in Minneapolis last night? I heard LA had some riots, and I know one of my buddies, but Taco Joe was out there. Now he's on his way to Minneapolis. He was on a protest last night in LA. I'm looking at it now. This is IRT Media. This is a guy that was down in DC with us. He goes out and does pretty good work. He's been on hiatus for a little bit, but you know, he'll be back. Thanks for watching, guy. Appreciate it. MAGA means we want America better no matter the representation. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. Like I said, the left is static. They're all one thing. It really boils down to groupthink. It really boils down to groupthink, okay? So when you subscribe to a group, when you're initiated into some group you decide to join, you give up, and this happens more on the left than the right, but it's the truth. You give up your individual opinions, you give up your individuality, and you become part of the group. Almost like America wants people to join the melting pot, you know, because you meld into the country. Once you join one of those groups, you give up your personal opinions, you give up your individuality, and you take on that of the group. So whatever the group thinks. So now if that group that you belong to says you have to hate this other group, like if you belong to if you belong to a group of whites, they're just whites, a group of whites. Then the group says, oh, you got to hate black people. So now you hate black people, not because you hate black people, because the group says you have to hate black people or whatever. You could fill in the blank in anything you want there. It doesn't matter. You could put LGBT and Christians. You could put whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is that once you get into that groupthink mentality, you are a robot. You are a puppet now. You will go out there. That's why you have so many of these protesters going out there and saying, oh, I support this with all my heart. But then they can't explain to you why they support it. That's the tell right there. They're just a groupthink person. They don't subscribe to anything else except for what the group says. Pro-pedo is what you are. It's in your DNA. Cool, bruh. Cool story, bruh. Oh, wow. At FBI. At FBI. This guy says someone needs to unalive Trump now. I bet you that guy doesn't have the balls to do it himself, right? I bet he just wants someone else to do it because he's on the couch. He's busy on the couch. Jeremy. Who's Jeremy? I'm not Jeremy. It gets old, that's for sure. It's the groupthink. The groupthink controls people. The groupthink, it helps people stay in line. Think of sheep. It's kind of like sheep. It's very much like sheep, to be honest. I'm falling way behind these dang comments. Why defend pedos? Who defends pedos? Who defends pedos? Groupthink controls MAGA. Where'd that go? I lost it. Oh, no, I lost it again. Groupthink controls MAGA. That's what you don't understand. It doesn't. It doesn't. There are some principles that MAGA believes in, but it's not a groupthink thing. Antifa is a groupthink thing. BLM was a groupthink thing. The LGBT mental disorder movement is a groupthink thing. MAGA has elements of that because it is a group and they have policies that they believe in, but they're not a cult. They're not a. You can get there. You let's be real. You can get there on the right. Yeah, you can get to that groupthink mentality. Sure, like I just said, there's groups on both sides. Trump 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040. Oh. ICE attire. My son is actually looking into it. Trump is gay. MAGA is groupthink. What an effing moron. But our group isn't trying to take God out of our lives and replace him with Islam and Satan. You know, there's good people on the left. There's good people to use a famous quote, there's good people on both sides.
Wrong.
No, there is. There is good people on both sides. We have to have that little bit of a battle so we can have those policies go after each other a little bit. And we can find the best ones. Look at this little TDS suffer. Trump dead in 2026. Maybe. He is pretty old. 79. He turned 80 at 79. The pedo thing gets interesting. I think the pedo thing is, see, when we were in DC, that we had these clown protesters that were over there on across from us trying to get people to shut us down. They were trying to shut us down so people wouldn't talk to us about what we were there for, which was restoring the Constitution and restoring states' rights the way it was supposed to be. So they would yell, pedophiles, 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 and stuff like that at us. And that would get people to not want to talk to you because, you know, that's a nasty word. That's a nasty thing. No one wants to be involved in that, right? No one wants to be considered a pedophile. If you're around a pedophile, you want to go away from that person, right? No one wants to hang out with a pedophile, right? I mean, pretty much no one. I guess other pedophiles do, right? Right? I mean, I would assume, right? Just like you got alcoholics have their drinking buddies, pedophiles have their pedophilia buddies. I don't know. I'm not really up on the culture of pedophilia. It seems like the left might be because they throw that word around a lot. But anyway, the point was that they even said on their own live streams down there, we say that because you can't defeat it. You can't get past pedophilia. You can't avoid it. You can't talk it down. Once that label is thrown on somebody, it's Saul Alinsky stuff, guys. It's Saul Alinsky. If you're not familiar with the 12 rules of radicals, it's Saul Alinsky. Let's see, I'm gonna bring it up. Probably be better if I spell rules right. So Saul Alinsky was a tactician. He was a tactician. And he had he would provide the tactics for the left to go out there and win, so quote unquote win. And one of his rules, for instance, is ridicule. It's rule number, I believe, number 5. Ridicule is a man's most potent weapon. There is no defense. It's irrational. It's infuriating. It also works as a key pressure point to force the enemy into concessions. That's the truth. It works. Ridicule works so well against the left's protesters because they can't handle it. I've seen it a million times. They have to be taken seriously. They're doing serious work and they need to be taken seriously all the time. If you don't take them seriously, then they just lose it. But the 12th rule, this is one of the most important rules. This is how they win a debate, quote unquote, win a debate without actually having to win the debate, right? They only have to shut you down and then they keep you from winning. They're not aiming at winning the debate. They're aiming at making you lose the debate, and not based on the substance of the matter, but based on personal attacks and things like that. Rule number 12, pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. Cut off the support network and isolate the target from sympathy. Isolate the target from sympathy. Go after people, not institutions. People hurt faster than institutions. Pick the target, freeze the target, personalize it, and polarize it. That's the method that they use. Learn it. The 12 rules for radicals. It's important. It's important that we know it, because once you know the rules for radicals, you can see their tactics coming from a mile away. Their propaganda won't work on you anywhere near as effectively as it did before, because you understand their tactics. This is one, for instance, that they use against the Christians. Rule number 4, make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. So they try to say, oh, well, you're not, it's easy to say, hey, you're not doing this one thing it says to do in the Bible perfectly. You're not living a biblical life. That means you're not listening you're a bad Christian. That means and they get you like that, kind of. But it doesn't matter if they're really getting you. What matters in that situation is that they make you look like a hypocrite, because you're not living up to Jesus's standards, and they can point that out. And even though all Christians understand that that's ridiculous, none of us can live up to Jesus' standards. We absolutely should try to. We should absolutely live the life that we're pursuing that. But none of us can actually live up to Jesus's life. We can't. His word. We can't live that life. So it's going to be easy for them to say, where did I lost my place? Oh, see that? Well, I roll and I screwed it up. Yada, yada, yada. Hold them up to their own standards. It's easy for them to say that we're not, and then they can make us look like hypocrites, because the people watching is who they're on stage for. They can make us look like hypocrites, and if they can do that, even as ridiculous as it sounds, by saying you're a hypocrite because you're not Jesus, as ridiculous as it sounds, they can make us look like we're hypocrites. And then the morons, yes, the morons and the mental midgets and all the useful idiots and the sheep standing around watching will go, hey, that guy's a hypocrite. That guy's a hypocrite because it says right in the Bible that Jesus never sinned, and that guy sinned. So that means he's a hypocrite. We should never listen to anything else that guy says, because he's a hypocrite now, because he's not Jesus. But that's what they do. That's important, guys. These two are my favorite 2 rules. This shows you how they do it. Pick the target, freeze the target, personalize the target, and polarize the target. Cut it off the support network and isolate the target from sympathy. That is, isolate the target from sympathy. You understand? That's the important part there. Isolate it from sympathy. That's the tell. That shows you they're not trying to win an argument with better ideas or better policies. They're just trying to take away the sympathy so that they can make you look bad, and then they win by default. That's the point. And then ridicule is a man's most potent weapon. There is no defense. If you come back, the reason they say there's no defense is because if you try to defend against that, you look bad. You give them, you're validating their ridiculousness, right? If you write it out, okay, yeah, sure, that's what it is, okay. Then they don't have any power. You steal the power away from their ridicule. But if you don't do that, if you go, if someone says, hey, he's a pedophile, he's this, he's that, and you go, no, I'm not, you just gave them the power. You handed it away. Man, I should write another book. You've given them the power away. And then you have intelligent comments coming from the other side. You can have good debates with those people where it says things like,
MAGA can eat a dick.
Yes, very, very intellectual commenting here. Very eloquently put. Man, that is very persuasive language. MAGA can eat a dick. What? That is so persuasive. Really good job there. All you low-level trolls should probably go get your bosses, because I'm big time. Big time. What do we got here? Bro, you're just pretending things aren't happening that are. He's literally covering it up, and you complicit. Ditto or dictatorship, American pride. Well, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. bro, you're just pretending things aren't happening that are. Like, what do you mean? What am I pretending that's happening? I'm willing to have okay, I don't know if you're new here or not, but that's not a shot at you or anything. I'm willing to have a conversation about whatever. If there's new evidence that arises, I am willing to change my mind. I'm okay with doing that. I have seen zero evidence. I've seen plenty of fake evidence. I've seen plenty of doctored evidence that's meant to fool the useful idiots out there that will believe whatever they see. They don't question why one lady's forearm is 3 feet long or anything like where'd that guy's leg go. No, they focus on, hey, he has his arm around that little girl or whatever. So I've seen no evidence that that's the case. I've really seen no evidence that any hard evidence. Have you? I've not seen any of anybody really. I've just seen, you see pictures of Clinton that look very bad. They look bad, but are we able to convict him on that? No. We should probably back off that a little bit, make sure that we legalize cocaine. Make sure that we focus on the facts. If we get into the emotional games and we start blaming people and saying this is that and he did this, and then we go with the wrong road. That's the wrong road. It's important that we keep our heads on straight, that we hold when new news comes out, that we don't jump on the bandwagon, that when something happens, we don't look around at our group and go, oh, the group thinks this. That means I think this. Let's go. Let's go hate people. I can disagree with your ideas, and many of these liberals, I absolutely ferociously disagree with your ideas. I think some of these ideas coming from the left, the progressive left, are absolutely ridiculous. I think they're stupid. I think they'll ruin America. I think they're anti-America. I think it's dangerous to push some of those things, but I'm still going to listen. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to hate the person. I refuse to do that. I don't hate anybody on the left. I don't hate anybody on the right. I can dislike you, but I don't hate anybody. And that's why I'm still able to have a conversation with people, because I don't hate just because you have a different opinion. But so many people on the left, more on the left, but it happens on the right too. Probably 60-40, 75-20, whatever. Won't talk to you because they hate you. If the group says not to talk to you, they won't do it. They let hate, manufactured hate, something that they've been told to hate, stop them from having any kind of a conversation with you. And when we stop talking to each other, the fighting happens shortly after that. We have to be able to have conversations. It's very Charlie Kirk of me, right? We have to be able to have conversations. We have to. Or we're going to end up just fighting. That's the way it goes. I'd much rather have a conversation. I'd much rather understand what you think and why. I'd rather understand, I guess. I guess that's, Oh, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hate taking notes. Says, I hate people who defend autocracy and pedophilia. Me too. I don't hate, but I don't like that. You can have whatever opinions you want. I mean, don't go diddling a kid in front of me. That's not going to end well for you. But you can have your opinions. People can hate it. People can hate America. I'm not going to, I don't know. It's like, that's where it's just so easy for us to hate each other, man. It's so easy for us to hate each other. When you subscribe to the group think, then it's easy to hate another group. It's not personal. You don't have to explain to one person why you hate them, where it gets sticky. That's a sticky conversation. Instead of having to explain to one person why you hate that person, instead of that, now you hate a group. And that's much easier to do. It's much easier to hate a group. What? You have a large you have a large pubic bush and everybody knows it. It's comments like that that make this all worth doing. Man, when I realize I've reached people, that is just a wonderful experience. I very much appreciate whenever I know that I've reached somebody. Man, and that person clearly, you have a large pubic bush and everybody knows it. Wow, that's wonderful. How insightful. Wow. It's funny when people say stuff like this. How can you support a rogue president, quote unquote president? He doesn't follow legal precedent. He doesn't listen to Congress. He doesn't listen to the Supreme Court. It's weird. It's like the right was saying that about Biden about all kinds of things. Like one thing that pops into my head is the school loan forgiveness. None of them had anything to say then, but now they speak up. None of them had anything to say about that everybody wanted Maduro before, but now they don't want him, and everybody wanted this, but now they don't want that. I had some notes that, of course, I didn't bother getting ready before the show, but I was going to say two different things. ICE is being forced now to be more protective. They have to be more serious. They have to be quicker to protect themselves because they're essentially under attack. Essentially. It's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. Like you are an effing moron. That is why I receive such hate. Laughing my ass off. Is that what it is? I don't care what you think. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people that you might go out there. You're compelled to go on their live stream and say, he's saying something I disagree with, so I have to get out there and make sure I tell him that he's wrong. That guy is wrong. I can't believe you're going to say that online. We have to speak up. Let's unite. Unite in hate. Stop this evil person with that huge, beautiful, amazing, flowing beard and those big, beautiful blue eyes. Shut him down. He's like an Aryan. I really like your homosexual beard. I didn't know that homosexuals really were down with beards, so that was more of a mustache culture. Yeah, flavor saver and all. Who takes you serious? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Nobody? Is that what I'm supposed to say? I'm seeing things about some supersonic weapon they used in Venezuela or something. They said that the soldiers were bleeding from their noses and throwing up blood and stuff. I got to do some more looking into that. That was an interesting little story I saw. How are you guys winning? We just flipped 21% of Republican seats, and you guys have flipped 0. Big fat goose egg. Okay. You keep talking about having conversations and keep pulling up gay comments instead. Well, part of this is sometimes in the morning I like to just make fun of the left a little bit. I think that's kind of funny when you see the comments that show us all who they really are, right? The comments that do that. I like to do that. I like to put those up there and make fun of them a little bit, yeah, because the ridicule is a powerful weapon. Remember, ridicule is man's most potent weapon. The most potent weapon. Nothing pisses off a liberal more than not being taken seriously. Why does anything need to be taken so seriously? I miss the way people used to disagree. We are too weak nowadays. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, where is that happening? The economy is getting really good. 5% growth this last quarter. 5%. That's pretty darn good, man. That's pretty darn good. I think it was negative whenever Trump took over from Biden's regime. I have to double check the numbers, but Trump rapes women. Is there proof of that? I mean, how can the left keep this? Is he's taking off the glasses. It's gonna get serious now. It's gonna get serious. How can so many people think that, right? Like, so how can so many people be like, "Oh, Trump's a pedophile. He banged little children." Okay. I'll entertain your hypothesis. Do you have any evidence? Oh, no. Okay. Do you have any pictures or anything that no? Oh, you actually have things to the contrary where actual Epstein victims are saying what a gentleman Trump was and how he didn't hit on them and how he was alone with them for 3 hours and still didn't hit on them and didn't do any of that. So you think he's a pedophile. You think he diddled kids and raped women, but you have no proof of any of that, no evidence of any of that. How can so many people sign on to that way of thinking without having to require any kind of evidence for those assumptions? It doesn't make any sense to me because I'm a logical person who uses reason to come to conclusions and critical thinking. I don't just believe everything that's put in front of me. You shouldn't either. Like, you shouldn't believe what I say. You should go out and find out for yourself. Find the source material. That's the important part, right? Find the source material. Who reported it first? Because you'll have all these crazy stories come out by these smaller news agencies that come out. They publish their stories at like 3, 4 in the morning for the next day. And then you have these that are ridiculous and aren't substantiated. But then you have larger news corporations going out there, like say NBC will go out there and be like, they'll find a story that supports the narrative that they're trying to push. They'll find whatever that is, whatever narrative they need, they'll find it. And then once they find it, then they will report on that story that morning, but they won't say that we've discovered or whatever. They'll say something like, Axios is reporting today that, and then they'll do the story. That way, they don't have any culpability. They are not responsible for what they said because all they said was, Axios is reporting. And then they're free and clear. They don't have to worry about any kind of redactions or anything like that they might have to put out there, any kind of responsibility or anything like that. They don't have to do any of that. You liar, the economy hasn't improved at all. Do you not buy things, or does the government pay for all your stuff? Because if you don't buy things and the government pays for all your stuff, I can see how you would have that opinion that the economy hasn't improved at all. Because you did say at all. So that means that all the prices aren't coming down because you said at all. Gas prices aren't lower. That's a figment of your imagination because he said hasn't improved at all. Well, that's pretty easy to figure out. You have to the left doesn't understand this a lot of times. You can't speak in absolutes. Absolutes are too easy to prove wrong. Don't say he never did that. Say like, I don't think he did that or whatever. Trump was accused of rape more than 30 times in over 30 years. Okay. What does that prove? It proves nothing. You realize that like people that have billions of dollars in the bank, I'm not saying this happened here all the time, but people that have billions of dollars in the bank are going to get accused of rape more often than, me. Because no one's going to have anything to win from me, right? I'm not saying that it's all fake, but who knows? If there's truth to it, then it should be brought out. That's the difference. if he really is a criminal, and he's guilty, and you can provide evidence, I will absolutely 100% look at that evidence. I will not defend him blindly. The left has been trained to think that, like, for instance, what I'm doing is defending him blindly, but that's not what's happening at all. I just require evidence. I require evidence, some kind of any evidence, anything at all, just real evidence, not just fake evidence or unnecessarily redacted videos or pictures or whatever, documents that don't need it. Like the document that, or the picture that the left put out where Trump was standing with, I don't know, 6 or 7 women that were in one of his beauty pageants. That picture had been out for decades, and yet they went out there and the left took that same picture, put black boxes over those women's faces. They made it try to look like they were minors and he was, doing bad things. Then the real picture come out and people saw it, so a lot of people understood that was fake, but there's still probably millions of people out there that still believe that picture was real. That's the game they play. They put the story out there so it gets into the bloodstream of the morons. And then they'll put a redaction out or whatever a few days later or something on page 897, section G in the very bottom in small print. That way they can say, hey, we redacted it, so we're still honest. But the bloodstream, that story's in the bloodstream of these morons now who will believe it forever. You still have people believing that the good people on both sides speech that Trump gave was, they still believe that narrative. There's people that still believe the J6 narrative. There's people that still believe all kinds of ridiculous narratives because it got into the bloodstream and they are unwilling to change their minds. Doesn't matter if new evidence is produced or presented to those people, they won't care. They can't see it. They are subverted. The subverted never know that they're subverted. They're made to think that they're smart or intelligent or informed or up to speed on all the details, or they really know what's going on because they have to be made to feel like they're intelligent. They might be intelligent, but you know what I mean, not ignorant. I'm not saying that all the left is stupid and stuff. You don't have to be stupid to be indoctrinated. You don't have to be stupid to be turned into a useful idiot. You can be a smart person too. It's more of an emotional hook than it is of anything else. That's why it works. That's why it controls how it controls the people. You know what he has done. There have been many people come forward about what that man did to them, many women. So stories, some more stories. What about Bill Clinton? What about all those women? Did you believe women then, or only when it was against someone you didn't like? It's time to be intellectually honest. You can't pick and choose. On a side note, accusations are not guilt. Accusations are exactly that, accusations. It was proven once Trump saw what Epstein was about. Trump cut all ties. Epstein is where he belongs. Gone. It's the truth. They don't like him because he doesn't do their bidding. That's all. That's how deep their hatred goes. It's because he does not bend to the knees or kneels to the creeps. Exactly. They didn't hate Trump until the commie overlords told them to. That's right. That's right. That's where we're at. What Where did that dumb comment go? Trump inserted himself into a child and you're defending him. Do you realize how dumb you look when you say stuff like that? I just hear like a little child. Trump inserted himself into a child and you're defending him. Who's defending that? Do you have evidence of that? Like, how do these random morons all across the country think that that's a fact and they have like, where's the evidence? You don't care about evidence? You don't need any evidence? It just needs to be, I hate him so bad. All someone has to do is make an accusation and now get rid of him. Put him in prison for the rest of his life because someone said something. And it aligns with my belief and my groups think. So I'm all in. I'm all in. The U.S. economy saw a net loss of jobs in June for the first time since 2020 when, you guessed it, Trump was president during his first term. Are we winning yet? He has like 3 convicted sexual predators working in his administration now. What are you talking about? Who? What do you mean like 3? Do you see? You sound like a little high schooler. He has like 3 convicted sexual predators. Like 3. Who? Who's there that's a sexual predator? Who? Convicted sexual predator works in the Trump administration. Tell us all. I need to know. Evidence equals 34 counts guilty. Love how you're ignoring this. Evidence of what? Evidence of what? They were talking about sexual predators and pedophiles and stuff like that. Those fabricated cases that they changed the law in New York so they could move brain fart. Basically, they changed the law so that they could still prosecute because it had expired on those laws that financial crimes that even the bank didn't want pursued. Then they said they'd still do business with him. Look at those cases. Look at those cases. But you know what? That's the point. The left leadership knows you morons out there aren't going to look at the cases. All you're going to do is do what you just did there. Evidence, 34 counts guilty, 34 counts guilty. He's 34-time convicted felon. 34. It's a narrative. It's a line for you to go repeat to everybody so that you feel like you're intelligent, but you need to look at those cases. Look at the evidence. Look at what they did so they could bring them in the first place. Please don't walk around so ignorant. You don't have to be ignorant. None of us have to be ignorant. We have this here that can show us all kinds of stuff. We can figure all kinds of things out, the answers to every question we could possibly want, and yet the American people, for the most part, still walk around stupid. The information is there. It's tougher now to decipher which is fake and which is real. That's one of the problems, but it's out there. If you have any critical thinking skills or abilities to reason, you'll find them. No one wants any proof. Proof doesn't mean anything, I guess. No proof. No proof. Just yell and scream about how he's a pedophile, just like they did to us, just like they'll do to you, just like they do everywhere they go. Because that's you got to. That's what the group said. Because the group said it, we have to believe it. We have to push the message. So that means Trump's a pedophile. He's a pedophile. That's it. End game. Nothing else to be said here. If you disagree, that means you're a Nazi. That's it. Bye-bye. That's what it is. Evidence. It matters. You can say I'm the one without any critical thinking skills all you want. Feel free. Doesn't make it true. Not as much as you want it to be. It doesn't make it true. What evidence would be required to believe he is a sexual predator? I don't know. You could bring a case. Evidence. What? Evidence. Evidence. Period. Evidence. Any. Do you have any? Any at all? And what are we describing here? Quit moving the goalposts. First, it's he's a pedophile. Then it's he's a sexual predator. Then it's he's a rapist. Then it's he diddled kids. Which one is it? Like, what am I trying to argue here? I haven't seen any evidence to any of those. Even in that case with that nut job, there wasn't any evidence. It was all hearsay. It was all based on hearsay. Her story lined up exactly with the LA, or not LA Law. One of those dumb TV shows. There was a case that was on. I mean, like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Evidence. It's not hard, man. That's just, we just need the evidence. No one said that he's, someone's, I just lost it. Someone's brought up what was that dumb lady's name? I forget. Where'd it go? Chat's moving fast. I'm trying. You guys gonna have to do some super chats if you want me to answer. Or join as a member. I'll take liberals too. Come on, man. You called me out. Now Google my answer. Oh, man, it's hard. You know what? Hit the comments. I want to hear. I want to hear. If there is something that you want me to see, I'm sorry, the chat's going pretty quick. It's hard to keep track and talk and produce and do all that. If you have a point you want me to address, drop in the comments. I answer those. I'll see it. We can do whatever. It's a little tough to have that conversation here. I'll see like your comment, but it's gone so fast, and while I'm answering it, you might type a new one, so it's not really a fair conversation. Oh, this guy thinks he's really smart. The truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie. You mean like the subverted? Okay, yes, I got you. I present to you MAGA. Yes, that's the whole group. Right, there you go. Paint the whole group. The whole group. Mags doesn't like facts, only Newsmax fact. I don't watch Newsmax. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch any of those. Bob Swagger's a guy that's been around for a long time, hating on me. He hates me. It's funny. Thank you kindly. Thanks for that $1 super chat. Feels weird saying super chat. Super chat. I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, right. If you didn't vote for Trump, you ain't white. If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Remember that? Like how many things has Biden said that he got away with, right? Or when he's at the greatest election fraud movement, and I forget exactly the words he used. Or the thing. You can go on for days without that stuff. Biden. Here's just a little shot. I'm gonna re-up my coffee real quick. I'll leave you with this real quick video here of ICE handling their business.
Fuck off. Nobody's being violent here. Just you. Go. Get out of here. Y'all still here. I've been ready. Y'all guys matter all day. Get back. Let's go. Let's go. Whoa. Kill someone else. Go for it. Kill someone else. Get back. I know you're pressed. Get back.
What our peaceful protest looks like. Wait, what our peaceful protest looks just like January 6th. January 6th was a peaceful protest until the officers started being violent. So they started shooting on the crowd in order to instigate them on purpose. So they started pushing old ladies down steps. It was pretty peaceful. Or the crowd that got there originally before Trump's speech was even over, I think they went too early. I think they missed their cue and they went a little too early. Wow, you are delusional, one delusional old man. Well, thanks, I guess. If a lefty thinks I'm delusional, I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right thing. I'll take it. And I'll enjoy it every minute, all of it. You see, that's the thing where Governor Newsom, there you go. Let me bring this up. Governor Newsom used that that you just saw there. They use it like this. They go, look, everyone, including protesters, has the right to be free from excessive force. Firing chemical rounds into someone's face like this is disgusting. In California, those rights are respected and enforced. ICE and CBP, you've been warned. And they take this one screenshot, right? Because that's what they want. They want the screenshots. They want the snapshots so they can push their narrative of this. That looks horrible, right? Oh, man, that looks terrible. It does. It looks bad. But you just saw the video right before this of how that guy he had his hand on the officer's weapon right prior to that. But no one focuses on that because no one cares about that, right? Yeah, that people still believe that. That's what I'm talking about. They get it into the bloodstream. Police officers died that day defending the Capitol. They put that into the narrative early, and then that's it. It's in the bloodstream of the useful idiot, and they will push that and they will believe that no matter what you show them. Even the death certificate of Officer Brian Sicknick, who died the next day of a stroke, they still won't believe it. They won't. It looks horrible because it is horrible. Well, it is, I guess, but that guy deserved it. That's the difference between the left and the right, or whatever, you and me, I guess. That guy deserved that. He earned that. But the left doesn't look at it that way. They look at the snapshot of just some guy on the side of the road that just got lit up by that guy. That was just all messed up. It's all that police officer's fault or that ICE agent's fault. Yep, you put your hands on mine and you're getting shot too. I don't see a way around it. You said that a long time ago, Falcon. You keep saying it. Pretty sure Jesus, where'd it go? Pretty sure Jesus was considered illegal for doing what he did. You'd be one of the ones to put him on the cross. What a cool emotional comment. Meant to do nothing except for be emotional. I don't know. I haven't seen this one yet. This looks interesting. Let's check this one out.
Huh? I'm not doing all right.
That's Bovino. He's the head of ICE.
Hey,
What's that?
I'm not doing all right. I'm not doing all right.
I can't hear
Back
what
up.
you're saying.
Yo. See that? Yo, they're recording. We're here. What y'all doing? Yo, back up.
You good? What's that? You good? Oh, absolutely.
Your face.
Absolutely.
Right,
Oh, back up. I'm walking here. Back up.
Like that. Good show.
Hey, that's not a nice guy.
I don't give a fuck.
Good.
Fuck you and fuck all y'all. What you gonna do?
Hey, you guys American citizens?
Fuck you.
Huh?
American citizens?
None of your business. That's
There's
what.
a wall there.
Fuck you.
I love how cool he is about it.
Good show.
Hey, that's not a nice
I
guy.
don't give a fuck.
Good.
Fuck you and fuck all y'all. What you gonna do?
Hey, you guys American citizens?
Fuck you.
Huh?
American citizens?
None of your business. That's what.
There's a wall there.
Fuck you.
All right.
See that? Blocking traffic.
Let's pause this for a second before they apprehend these guys. These are the same people who watched J6 happen in real time and pretended it was a peaceful tour. Why would you expect they wouldn't see this as justified? It's funny, on J6 I was going to go and I didn't. Last minute thing. Didn't want to take my small business vehicle there. But anyway, pretended it was a peaceful tour. Why would you expect it? It just shows me that you're ignorant on what happened on J6. Let's get back to the fun part. I'm going to full screen this to make sure you can see it all.
Blocking traffic. Look at that. Bunch of y'all right there.
Fuck you.
Fuck every single one of y'all. Look at that.
Just going to get a pic. Hold on.
Go ahead, take a pic right there.
Get one of this guy here.
Right here.
Appreciate
That.
Fuck you. Huh? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, don't touch him. Don't touch him. What are you doing?
Right or wrong? I don't know.
Yo.
Fuck you. I work here, bro.
Yeah, he works. Look
Fuck you.
at that.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Or what? Fuck you.
Look at that. Look, they're grabbing him. Look, they're grabbing him. Yo, let him go.
I don't know. Do they have a reason to do that? That seems a little suspicious to me there a little bit. Emotions aren't bad. Your seemingly lack of them might be. Your seemingly lack of them. Seemingly lack of them. Okay. Emotions aren't bad. Your seemingly lack of them might be. Incorrect. I have plenty of emotions. That's another farce that the left tries to push and make that MAGA doesn't have, or the right doesn't have any emotions, no compassion. Compassion tends to live on the right. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Tends to live on the right. Emotions aren't bad at all. No, emotions are a good thing. Emotions are a good thing. As long as you don't use them to make all your decisions. Where'd that one go? One comment there. Not this one, but bro got that derangement syndrome. He thinks Trump is love. Trump is life. It's his religion. You have to subscribe that to me so you can so you can dismiss me in my thinking. That way you don't have to engage. Don't you see? That way you don't have to engage in any rational conversations. You can just write me off by saying, he loves Trump, it's his religion. Does it hurt when Trump F's you? No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Oh, all the negatives are coming out, I see. Okay, all right, all right. The left burned numerous cities for what they led up to January 6th for what? There's oh my goodness. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope your hospital stay isn't too serious. I hope everything's all right. I do. No matter, and notice I didn't even ask what side you're on, right? I still want you to have a good hospital stay, and I want you to come out of there feeling better than when you went in, cured of whatever ails you, all that kind of stuff. I can do that. I just double tap the screen using my tip to give a like. Okay, well, whatever, I guess. As long as you keep that on your side, the screen will be in good shape. It's a sad echo chamber. No wonder you don't debate live. Well, there's a little behind that. I don't have a problem with debating people, but maybe I do. I don't really want to debate. I'm not interested in debating. I'm interested in having a conversation. That's where it gets a little bit tough for the left because they want to debate. They want to argue, and they want to utilize the Saul Alinsky tactics to be able to dismiss me, assign me a label. It's the same thing every time. Assign a label to somebody. That way you put them into a group. I can be staying out here by myself. I can be arguing with, debating, conversating, whatever with a bunch of liberals. If I start to win, they have to make it so that I'm assigned to a group. So they go, oh, you're a Trump, whatever, or you love pedophiles, or you do this, or you're that, or you're this. Once they assign me into a group, even if I don't belong to it, doesn't matter if I belong to the group, it's the association that matters, no matter how fragile that is. Once they assign me into a group, then they can hate, dismiss, do all that kind of stuff because I'm a part of a group now. Now I represent a group that they've assigned me to. It's easier to argue that way. It just is. Just another Sunday in the South. Sunday in the South. Sunday in the South. I'm going to go make myself some biscuits and gravy. I love me some biscuits and gravy. Trump is a predator, and so is this lying coward. I think you might want to get a dictionary out. Check that spelling. Oh, so yeah, just remember, the left needs you to be part of a group. They need you to be part of a group so that they can dismiss you. And that's the end of that. They need you to be part of the group. Any group they hate, any one of them, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not left or right. I'm from Scotland. The world can see yous are delusional Nazi inbreds. Very intelligent comment. It's so important that you wrote that so that you can let everybody know what you think, because it's important that you do that. It's important also that you do that without any facts and just focus on emotions. You have to do it all on emotion. You're a nasty person. You're just a meanie pants. It's ridiculous, guys. Grow up. Have a conversation. I make fun of the left, sure, but I'll sit and have a conversation without all that stuff. I don't want to have the gotcha moments. I don't want the gotcha moments. I don't fall for that garbage. The left doesn't bother me. The trolls don't get on my I mean, they don't bother me at all. I know they want to. Member. All right. We got us a member. Woohoo. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you kindly for becoming a member. We finally, we've been at this for about 4 years. No, 5 years. Wow, 5 years. And about 2 years ago, we were demonetized by YouTube because, I don't know. We were demonetized by YouTube. You know, we were shut off of a bunch of different social medias and this and that and this and that. And just finally, I was allowed, the YouTube gods allowed me to reapply for monetization so that I can use that money to help pay for the website and things like that. So finally, we did it again. So hey, if you feel the need or you'd like to, go on there and join up. There's lots of stuff on there, and one of the tiers has my complete video history all the way back to 1776 days, behind the scenes stuff, and some other things that are pretty interesting, I think. So you should check it out. You should definitely check it out. I'd appreciate it. And leave a comment. And if you're on the left and you have a question you want me to answer or you want me to engage or whatever, please take a second and leave a comment after this is over. And I will get to you. I will. I'm interested in those conversations and understanding people. It's not all about, life is about relationships, guys. Our impact on other people. And I would like to be able to have those conversations. So if anyone has a question or concerns or anything like that, bring them up, bring them into the chat, bring them into the comment section after this is over. And I'll, like I said, I'll get with you on it. How many daughters do you have? Well, that seems like a oddly creepy question. I have 5 children, but that seems like a pretty weird question. Why do you want to know how many daughters I have? That is just a creepy one, man. It's an interesting I want the files released. I think Trump's in it as an informant. I do kind of too. I think he went to the police in Florida back in the day. I think Epstein thought that as well, based on some of the conversations he had with his brother. But a lot of people ignore those. So. Oh, I've said how many I have before. I don't know how knowing how many daughters I have or if I have a daughter really would help him figure out who I am, but whatever. Like I've been at this a long time. I've been doxxed. My kids have been doxxed. All kinds of stuff. We've been through all kinds of stuff. We paid a lot of prices for speaking up. A lot of hate, a lot of that kind of stuff. It shouldn't be the case, but I'm not scared. I never will be. I refuse to be scared. I've been in the muck. I've been out there. I've been out there on the streets and all that kind of stuff. So these people that make threats, we've had death threats recently and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know what to tell you as far as that goes. You know.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You have it. Like I always say to everybody, Faith, when she's here, she'll tell everybody, hey, smile at a stranger. It's important. Smile at a stranger. You can make their day better. I tend to say, pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies. And if someone, when I said that, if somebody popped into your head and you were like, oh, I can't pray for that person. I can't do that. Then pray for that person. Force yourself to and make it mean. You have to mean it. I've had some awesome experiences praying for people that I just didn't really want to. So take a minute and do that. We've got a week coming up here. Just remember, pray for your enemies. It's important. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Leave a comment. Leave a comment down below and I will get to those today. Check me out on social media, Substack, on X, on Facebook, on whatever. It's all at MagAmericans, and check out MagAmericans.com. It's got all my links on there, including our store with awesome gear in there that even some of my kids got involved in designing. Shop.magamericans.com. God bless you. Again, pray for your enemies. Have a wonderful day. That's all you can really say, guys.